knowing mama got visions. Hemendo camera got pictures. Daddy rich, now she wants you to grow up and be richer. It's obvious, you're not gonna realize until you get older. Mama will dream for you until you're old enough to take over. Eat your breakfast, lunchbox in the backpack. Buzz off your little bee, they waiting for you in class and they singing. Uno nanye pendukeni tuyeni koskora endeleleni ngeja taitono ndoli ndoli. You need to listen to them when they tell you. Kana uka nona imo imo yasha. Yeah. Kana uka nona uka kupa. Please listen. Kana uka nona imo imo yasha. Kana uka nona uka kupa. Yeah. Fast forward, 10th grade and it's puberty time. Tighten the laces, cause next in line, maturity time. And you don't care, you just praying the school gets over. Cause you don't know after the wind, we expecting a storm. Watch, she sits at the back, she tryna flirt with a teacher. Teacher won't flirt back, he tryna get to the picture. Boys cracking them jokes to cause the class a disruption. Teacher shouts the instruction, quiet down, attention. You can tell she don't listen, she always raising an arm. Or she always poking your back for help during exam. It's dangerous. Cheating is easy and cool, but that's until you get caught and get dismissed out of school. Yeah, dismissed out of school, then you get knocked up. Ah, there comes your firstborn. It's time to join the league and you're singing. Uno nanye pendukeni tuyeni koskora endeleleni ngeja taitono ndoli ndoli. You need to listen to them when they tell you. Kana uka nona imo imo yasha. Yeah. Kana uka nona uka kupa. Please listen. Kana uka nona imo imo yasha. Yeah. Kana uka nona uka kupa. Okay. This is a real life story, people, in case you don't notice. This is the real moment in life, like you've been called to the office. When pieces hit the fan, it's either to the pen or the cemetery. Then you throw away what you've been building since elementary. 12 years of construction, focus, zero destruction. All of a sudden you're dropping out, isn't it self-destruction? Man, who are you to judge a soldier that has been progressing? I didn't deal with a dog. You still think I'm guessing? You still think I'm gambling? Putting my life in this music business, I swear it's a blessing. Now watch me handle my business. Back to the topic, I'm trying to tell you school for the cool. And if you one of them, join your kind and sing along to this. Yeah. You need to listen to them when they tell you. Please listen. Shout out to everybody waiting on their junior high final examinations. Everybody busy preparing for their metrics final examinations. All my college fellas working on that final project, doing the Thursdays and everything, you know. I know that stress. I'm trying to tell you.
Toka kulupa.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that.
Tati Young T or Tati School for the Cool. Good morning and welcome to the morning mix. Ja, Neville, jy sukkel nou nog met headphones. Jy sit al vir hoe lang op die stoel?
Die goed is dood. Is die top cherry goed wat hier so was gister?
Ek sê...
Ha? Is hy aan? Prat. Prat.
Praat jy, kan jy jouself hoor? Hoe weet jy? Hoe weet jy?
Maak bietjie sagter.
The things that I have to deal with every morning.
That's it.
Working with old people.
Oh.
COVID-19 sal jou saamvat, nie speel.
Respect. COVID-19.
Yeah. Moro. How's the Wednesday?
The Wednesday is fine, knowing that I'm going to Swakopmund. Okay, I'm not so sure yet, because I saw on the weather report this morning that Swakopmund is experiencing oosweer. They are 32 degrees today.
Is that and that's probably gonna last over the weekend?
Oh, broer, ek kan nie. I'm not a summer person. I don't like summer.
But it's winter, right?
Nee, ek stel nie belang nie. I want to go there knowing that it's misty and it's cold.
Hoe gaan hinties toe mos met die ander boere?
Is hulle se weer bietjie anderster?
Maybe. Daai plekke is mos so. Swakop is its own weather. Hinties het sy eie weer. Walvis het sy eie weer.
Wallfish weather I've never liked. With all due respect, I love my Wallfish Bay people, but their weather.
I just don't like that fish smell that is everywhere.
Yeah, that's money that you smell there.
I know it's money. I don't like the smell of it.
Yeah. Julle maak altyd of walvisse the smell is so bad.
I didn't say it's bad. I said I don't like it.
And it's not like you smell it
Hello.
like every day if you go there. There's when those mills open maybe for.
Do you want us to start having a argument over who has the bigger nose now?
Yeah. Mine is bigger.
Nee. I can smell it all the time, so I have a bigger nose than you. But no offense to my Wallfish Bay people, though. It's like y'all are some of the most energetic people in the country.
Aye, hulle is 'n klomp chestas.
Of course.
Yarr.
Mala school, though.
Chester.
Wallfish Bay always showed me love, especially when I was still performing and traveling around the country.
True. I love Wallfish Bay.
Yeah.
But the weather is not together.
And you prefer Swakop. I don't know, there is
prefer
something about Swakop that I also do prefer to Wallfish Bay. I think it's just because there's no fish smell. But other than that, for me, it's the same town.
Cubase, I never understood the dynamics of rivalry between Swakopmund and Wallfish Bay. I don't know if we ever spoke about this.
As we mentioned it here and there.
Yeah. But because I distinctively remember a few years ago with Deputy Minister Derek Claassen of Lands. He's from Wallfish Bay. And I was hosting an event, in Wallfish Bay this one night. So I'm like, it was about 10 o'clock. I say, hey, my bro. Nou waar slaap jy? Jy kom ons maar net hier slaap man, ons gaan vir jou away maak hier so. Hy praat mos so. Ek sê nee man Derek, I'm going back to Swakop. Hey! Nou wat gaan jy sê in Swakop? Ek sê no, I got a property there. It's a little place that I bought way back in 2004. Jere Kazi. Jy kan mos nie met hy moegels hang van Swakop nie. So I'm like, Derek, what are you talking about? It's the coast. Hy sê, nee, jy sê die coast nie.
Daai is Swakop.
Is Swakop daai. Ons is van die baai. En die baai is waar.
It's anders.
Is waar die goede is. So.
I like Swakop. I think it's such a German town. Like the infrastructure, it's just. There's just something about it that says einfach. You know? In Wallfish Bay is no weer bamboo lokasi. You can it's like uptown, downtown, and there's always been an issue with uptown and downtown. Doesn't matter where you go in this world.
Somebody asked me this one time.
My
wife's sister stays in Wallfish Bay. So she asked me this one time that we need to go to we need to go to Wambustrand. Mora.
That's my blood.
Mora. We need to go to Wambustrand for a braai. Now this was before Wambustrand got refurbished or renovated. My broer. So I'm having this braai.
At Wambustrand.
At Wambustrand. But there are no people. Maar my bro, there's the stench van urine.
Yes.
Let's use the correct word. Urine.
Van pee.
Yeah. That basically blows over my meat. Yes, must know Wambustrand. I need to be politically correct here. Was jy al by Wambustrand, Maria? Jy's 'n Wambu, jy moet daar gaan. It's your ancestral home.
I was at Tamara Strand. I went to go visit the people.
Is it? So, yeah, that was my first and last time.
At Wambustrand. I've actually been there a couple of times. Like we used to travel to Walfish Bay a lot, especially for performance. It's like outside Windhoek, probably Oshakati and Walfish Bay are the two places where you're gonna get the most love.
people. Yeah, true.
So we would travel to those two towns a lot, and in Walfish Bay, as it does, and you really, especially when it's high party season, then you have to go to the beach one way or the other.
Yeah.
When was the last time you've
I-
been there?
Well, I haven't been to Stockholm in a long time, but
Like how long?
it's been forever.
She's-
Yeah, but the thing is, I also went to school there, so it's like it's not.
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
have the same appeal to me.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think the last time I was there was Christmas, like years ago. No, I'm like, I did go there with the kids recently, not too long, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But
Yo.
yeah, it's just not my place. But the one thing I really like that irritates me about the coast is just this. It's like the Cape Town. It's this racial, clear segregation
Yeah.
in an independent country, you know. And then I'm gonna put culture aside. I know culture elements plays with it, but it's also location. Like I remember the one year when they, I mean, I'm talking about years ago, to my friends. She lives there. I went to my friend's house, and her mother's house, and Veneta Beach, right? During Christmas, it's like beachgoers, but like from Dilokasi, like all the families from the hood, from Mondesa,
Yeah.
they're all there. So, but there's this contrast as we're driving to the beach. The houses, all these beachside houses, and this, it's Veneta, so it's big houses.
Yeah.
All the families, like white families, are sitting in their yards and having their Christmas lunch on the lawn. You know, everybody's in, you know, braaiing and
hier kom julle wambos.
and then we drive past them to the beach and it's just darkies. Black. But it happens in Henty's Bay as well. But I understand because we don't have beachside houses.
Yeah.
So for us, that is a treat. That is, in fact, some people, that's the 1 year they go to the
Well, the one time of the year that they do go to the beach.
that they go to the beach.
Yeah.
But it's those inequalities and how we're still not really enjoying our own resources, you know, fully, because we don't own beachfront houses. We don't even own decent townhouses. We're still all the way
Hurricane, behind the dunes.
in Mondesa, where it's windy, and then it's like, and it's the exact same thing because Mondesa predominantly black,
Yeah.
Tamariskia is colored, so it's just a step
In
above.
between, the buffer zone.
Yes, and then it's
Veneta.
and then you have the Veneta, the white. It's exactly like in Vintukatutura black. Comasdal slightly better colored,
Yeah.
and then obviously
of
the
it.
rest of the Windhoek is like, you know, the posh suburbs. But it's like it exists, like even in Henty's Bay, even in Walfish Bay, colored slightly better, living slightly better than the blacks and whatever. But let's not talk about these things. I mean, if you're talking about an independent country, at some point you should like demolish, you know, those type or make new areas available for people to enjoy. But
Yeah,
you
but
can't
it's-
continue segregating people.
But it's there, and the contractors will remain nameless for now. They got the jobs to do this.
What?
Land has been made available for.
Is this public information? If
Yes.
it's public information, just give. Don't.
It's
For
talking
mess
about
housing.
mess housing, and then
For
this
mess
is
housing.
also where we
What?
screw ourselves over.
That's
You get
the
a
thing.
contract
Yes.
to
And we
for mess
screw over.
to build 100 plus houses in a okay area in Walfish Bay, for example, and then years later you build one door.
These people will
Die. Hello. But yes, I think these are conversations that I don't know why we shy away from them, because they're in your face. They're in our faces, and it's a constant reminder. Remember the other day we went to Elisenheim and we were driving back,
Yeah.
and we were just talking about how Katutura, the way it's even located, is just supposed to be depressive, because it's like when you are driving to town to work, the sun is
In your gezicht. When you're driving home in the afternoon, it's weer in your gezicht.
There's this rumor that the late former Minister of Finance, I don't know if you would remember him, Gert Hanekom. He was the first, no, I think he was the second Minister of Finance of Namibia. So, very old, white, reddish, ginger looking.
I don't know.
Yeah. So apparently he loved Goedese across the color boundaries.
Oh,
Okay.
so he went black.
Yeah, he went black.
Okay.
So apparently Gert. Now Gert was extremely, his face was like this all the time. Now apparently in
Is
the
he
afternoons.
color or is he white?
No, it's white.
That's a white
Gert Hanekom. So every afternoon when Gert Hanekom goes to Katatura to his Goedese, he drives in the sun. So every morning when Gert comes out of Katatura,
He's driving in the sun
he
again.
drives in the sun.
Country, man.
Yeah.
Martin Emutoni is saying it's not Bamboo Beach, it's Independence Beach.
Aye, it's
Stella.
Bamboo Strand.
Okay, now tell us, what is the new name of Ausbahnplatz? Since you are clever. 2 marks.
Since you are clever.
Yeah, I want to be a clever here. All right, guys. Actually, you know why I was playing the Young T song before we went on air, right? It's because he was talking about, you know, the kids and going to school. And of course, we got information yesterday of government's plans to reopen the schools, or the phases that we are going to follow in opening the schools. This, what?
Huh?
I'm hearing something playing in the background. I don't know, somewhere. One of your devices or something.
Playing?
Yeah.
Playing what? Why can't we hear it? Maybe it's in your ear.
Oh my gosh.
Jay like stories, Jay.
That's it, that's speel, man.
That's niks wat speel nie.
You're imagining it.
Semi?
When did you stop smoking? 5 this morning or what? time?
Stop buying from that guy. That guy is selling you wrong shit. Wrong stuff. Alright, we were talking about getting back to school, guys. Let's not get distracted. The information is on my phone, which has been confiscated for the time being. Apparently, I don't focus when I have my phone on me.
Hoe ne was jy nie? Sorry.
Yes, but in any case,
yeah.
Do you have it handy somewhere? Just
The what?
that little release that we got from the ministry with,
Out.
Oh, there I have it.
yeah.
You are out. No, Maria, waarmee was jy busy? Who did you chat to now?
No, it's really not. I was checking something else. I was checking social media.
We didn't even greet you this morning, ne?
That's alright.
How did you wake up?
It's nah. Okay, we have a.
Maria.
All right. The reopening of schools,
Yes.
guys. The returning of learners in phases.
Yeah.
So they're gonna phase one is it's a face-to-face schooling for grade 11 and 12. Obviously, that's the most important grades currently.
Seniors, yeah.
Yeah, on Wednesday, the 3rd of June, 2020, and to Friday, 18th of December. So they will be going through school.
So the August holiday is essentially gone now.
Gone. December basically also because you I think only went the first week of December.
Normally,
Normally, but you're gonna go over 2 weeks because it's still the 18th. So just before Christmas, they're gonna stop. Phase 2, again, face-to-face schooling for grades, pre-primary to grade 3, on Monday, 22nd June 2020 to Friday, 18th again of December. Phase 3, which is where these are not my kiddies. Okay, my kiddies are falling in phase 4. Okay, phase 3 is then the grade 7 and 9s. Monday, 6th of July. So even a month further. I think they're taking the least important grades. So like 7 and 8 is, like 11 and 12 first. Those are the most important grades. And then grade pre-primary to grade 3. These are the foundation grades. And then they're taking grade 7 and 9, which are considered the ones just before the important grades. They're less important. That's phase 3. Phase 4 will be then grade 4, 5, 6, 8, and 10 for the 20th of July, which is weird that the grade 10, but they don't have. Grade 10 is
the grade 10 is
phase
coming
4.
in on.
Yeah, I would think that's a very important grade, but that's only on 20th of July. So even further till the 18th. All schools are going till the 18th.
Yeah.
And it says, please note that a midterm break for teachers is scheduled for the 22nd to the 29th May 2020, with returning to school on the 1st of June. So teachers will have until the
From Friday.
Yeah. 22 to the 29th, and then they'll be back at school on the 1st. So this is according to the face-to-face, the calendar that was sent out by the Ministry of Education yesterday. Obviously, like, mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think people are feeling a little bit more confident to allow kids to go back to school, and I think some parents are just ready to vertrek.
Actually, gaan it. I don't care whether you go learn or not, just go.
Yes.
Yeah.
But obviously, for some parents, it's another 2 months at home.
But there's a lot of skepticism with already reopening the schools from the general public, of course, with so many other industries still under such strict regulations. I mean, we've been saying that the school kids are definitely the most problematic ones, but I guess since we're starting with the seniors, they are a bit more aware of the situation and a bit more able to sort of, do things like social distancing and all this. But there is a lot of skepticism. I saw even in South Africa, they're threatening to sue the government if one of the kids gets
But
sick.
let's not compare ourselves to South Africa, please, can we not?
But we always do.
Yeah, but we can't, because South Africa's, it's in the excess of, is it 18,000 now, 17,000?
17,200. I can't even believe that number
Like-
climbed so fast.
Yeah, that's the infection rate. And like compared to 3 active, like let us not compare ourselves to South Africa.
Yeah.
It's the most affected African country.
Yeah.
The unfortunate part is it's our neighbor. They're like right there, and we get like over 80% of our goods from them.
Exactly.
That's the only downside of it. And so, I mean, truck drivers would be South African, and we still have truck drivers coming in, and that's why a lot of people suspect that there will be a second wave, because you can't stop essentials, and the
From
essentials
moving
are
up
brought in by people that are also high risk.
And I mean, and we had issues of Namibian truck drivers who were escaping quarantine
Yes.
in
Zambia.
Namibia. Wat is Zambia? Hier so on die coast.
Yes.
Goede gebring, hy moet in quarantine wees. Oep,
Yeah.
gone.
And you know, they don't want to be in quarantine alone. Then
Yeah.
baby key.
Yeah. Their,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Their
she's tiny,
daughter.
and then
It's
she
truck
goes
drivers.
she goes out into the community,
Yes.
and so it goes. So of course there will be new cases. I think for the most part we've been fortunate that we haven't had those situations, but
like you see,
it needs to happen though.
I saw the question that most people were having, right? The reservation, basically. It's like, I mean, if we are confident enough to send the learners back to school, then we should also start considering reopening some of the other industries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I think for right now it's what is more important than education?
Beer.
Here we go again. I
I already got my education. I need
But
beer.
education, okay. I think like most countries will tell you, COVID-19 is a trial and error. Everybody's kind of just
Yeah.
looking. I mean, Japan declared bankruptcy. They're
One
going
time.
through a recession
Yeah.
that it's
Klar.
declared 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Japan,
Yo.
creme de la creme,
Yo.
is going through a proper recession right
Yeah.
now. They've declared it.
The economy is
But,
standing still.
yeah. So I mean, everything is trial and error. I think they're kind of dipping their little toe into the water to see if the temperature is okay. So they are sending the first soldiers. Sorry, our grade 11s and 12s are the first
soldiers.
The pawns.
the pawns, firing line. They're gonna go first.
Yeah.
But let's also not forget. I mean, I do get as a parent as well.
What is your story?
I think just fix something because they can hear something we're not hearing.
But there's nothing. We are listening to the same thing that they're listening to here in the studio.
But your mal is too far.
When you say something what? Is it like somebody talking?
earphones
Is
don't-
it
Paranormal.
Listening to the same stream.
huh?
Huh?
But stream and of jealous of phone.
Nee, that's
No.
net so speel.
That's weird.
Paranormal activity in your head.
Try it on your phone. Try it somewhere else. Maybe it's your computer.
Go ask the camera guy. Don't come back in here. Yes.
I see France has, since the reopening of schools in France, they recorded 70 new cases.
Yeah, but France again is also another
among
one.
students.
Mm.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, what I was going to say is, and I'm also a parent, and obviously we'll have the same concerns and everything. We're all parents in the studio. But also, let's also not forget that Corona does affect kids the least. This is,
Yeah.
all other pandemics and whatever, kids are usually the most vulnerable, and the elderly. In this case, it seems to be mostly the elderly. We don't really have cases of kids dying of COVID-19. They seem to have like strong lungs.
Scattered here and there. One
Yeah,
or
scattered
two,
here
yeah.
and there, like really, really as marginal. Like
Yeah.
it is happening. I'm not saying it's not, but
Yeah.
it's very and it usually is kids that would have some
Some
other
issues.
asthma or other ailments. So newborns have survived
Yeah.
COVID. That's
COVID, yeah.
just it just is. Maybe I don't know what type of pandemic.
But
it is.
then that sort of presents a bigger problem because
For the parents, yes,
yes,
not for the kids.
for them picking it up, they're gonna be fine, but they're gonna spread it into almost every household that has a kid attached to that school. Because you know how even just something simple like the flu spreads around a school, that school environment,
Yeah.
especially amongst the younger kids.
Yeah, but my thing is also because of uncertain times ahead, and this is what I'm trying to say. At some point, this world is going to have to learn
To live
to
with
exist
COVID,
with
Yeah.
COVID-19.
Yes,
it's
of
not.
course. Yes, of
if
course.
we're not finding, if
We
we're going to
can't
sit
hide
for
forever.
for 5 years, we're like, oh, we're just waiting for a vaccine. What if it's a HIV/AIDS where there is no vaccine?
Yeah.
You understand? So at some point, we will have to. Maybe masks and whatever will become the new norm. Social distancing is the new norm. Like going future, I'm talking about years ahead. That's just all that's ever going to be there. But if we're going to be sitting here waiting for a
cure.
vaccine, we might wait forever. And we can't shut down the economy completely, and we can't let kids stay at home forever,
Indefinitely, yes.
At some point, we need to start, sending them back to school and seeing how we're going to mitigate this.
I was most worried about the senior grades, like especially the grade 12s, the matrics, right? Some of these guys have maybe applied even to colleges abroad or are excited to get to university and then
Matric afskeid, hulle is af wat hulle dink. Trust me.
yeah,
The cars.
it's going to be the first
Suits.
matric upskate. Actually, no, none of them are supposed to have alcohol, so I retract my statement.
Sorry.
You're going to say the first one without
alcohol, yeah.
No, they're not supposed to have alcohol consumption.
Yeah, they are not supposed to, remember.
But
that
they're
is what we are
18,
saying.
some of them, so they can.
Yeah, you are still at school. It's like, no.
Yeah, it's an age thing, though.
Yeah.
It's not a school thing.
Hello, Maria. Why are you advocating these things? Kai Muyoro, let's read some comments quickly before we continue. Saying good morning, Amoro watching from Ondangwa, Mushek Kuluman, Etomire Sebi Uyana Kapitako. Makwa van Makwa, morning crew. Uncle Never looks like Iron Mike with his grey beard. I saw a post of a kid crying. I don't know what Mike Tyson did to it, and he's standing there with a big smile, and the caption was Mike Tyson eats children. Yeah. Fred Diaz, good morning, guys. John Shombe, good morning, guys. Who is the guest today? You are our guest
Yes,
of honor,
thank
John.
you.
What do you think of this wonderful topic we're talking about this morning? Gladness Timothy, Waza. It's Wednesday morning, crew. Leonie Bubbles and Alfredo Jack also joining the stream. Never looks like Grandpa Bay. That's what Leonie say.
Oh, Leonie.
Bubbles. Estomich, that's Semi, the landlord.
The landlord.
Apples, Absalom Philippus, net soos die bocht se. Wat is Sabi? It's fine, never mind. Good morning, Mensa. So why is Neville sitting in Maria's corner? By the way, what's the? George Khan Jr.
No, it's fine.
What is it that you
George-
still want to know?
George, yes, we are busy with the voluntary retrenchment process.
What is it that you want to know? What
Are you
information is
beating him?
not?
Did he ask a question?
Yes, he asked the question.
He's by order.
Yeah.
no.
George Kambala, Trasco is busy with a voluntary retrenchment process. The article that you did see in the Windhoek Observer is factual.
Addressed.
It's addressed.
Moving on.
That's it.
Apples, Absalom Philippus. There is no more fish smell ever since the fish rot, as they have been exploiting the fish heads as well. Or exporting, not exploiting. Yeah. Alfredo Joke, Moro, Mamusha.
No.
No. Yeah. Bradley Kuisep, also another regular here. Morning crew. Neville, if you find a white Swakopmund number Fortuner, then it's me overtaking your Chrysler. No matter what time you start off from Windhoek, I will find you.
Nah, my broer.
Neville is not driving with a Chrysler.
I'm leaving tomorrow morning 6 o'clock. Hopefully, if the Oosweer don't change. Yeah.
But then if it doesn't,
No, man. I don't,
then you're not gonna
No,
go.
then I'm not gonna go. I want to go, but I want to. Yeah, it must be cold. Then I'll go.
Yeah. Okay, Sebi saying, I was there last year. There is no more fish smell in Wildfish Bay.
Ja, ek kry hom nie.
And that's meer visie. Or is that what you guys are saying? Is that the reference here?
But I think it's, you don't. If you live there, it disappears. Is that
Yes.
what ons gewoon is? If you're not used to it, when you drive in, it's gonna hit you.
You're not driving with your aircon the whole time, just listening to your...
Yeah.
And then you just roll down that window because you want that breeze from the ocean. And you're like, hey,
But
yeah.
actually, I almost repeated the bad joke that we used. No, never mind. Those were bad jokes.
We like bad jokes. Share.
Yeah.
No, it's just this. Like, it was so disgusting that there was so much hatred. 'Cause I was schooled in Sokopmund. And there was always so much beef between Bainach and Sokopmund.
We
It's
spoke about it now.
constant beefing.
Ja.
Weet jy wat sê dis Sokop?
All
Weil
right.
is die bene is weer oop.
Neville is about to have the best...
Marianne. Huh?
Fred Buzz. Neville is about... No, is about who is having the best prostitutes. Lol. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Fred. You lost me at...
Hoor kom af van Weddy.
Yeah.
Kayere. Never the correct name is Keesepmund Beach. I thank you. Please.
Dis 'n
And then-
Keesopmund, Kusopmund.
Yeah, it's Quisabmund.
It's Keesepmund.
Hou op en jy praat
En hy
altyd
sê
so
altyd
vals.
Quisabmund.
And then
Hy
you'll
maak
be
my
there
op deur
making a
mekaar.
comedy show there. Kesop, I'm like,
Yeah, because now he confuses me because it's he speaks Khoi Kobabne. And I'm wondering now, okay, am I saying it wrong
no,
or is there...
Kusopmund.
Yeah, it's Quisabmund, man.
Keesep.
Thank you. Franz van Wyk, good morning, watching from Pioneers Park. Also another regular, thank you for joining us once again this morning. Apis saying, not forgetting Luderitz, Neville, you know mos, die boeg maak moeg.
My bra.
Kay Mjoro, Papa Neville, I don't like the way you laughed at Top Cherry when she said, I less them.
I mean, she was making fun of somebody. Let's also just be clear. It's not Top Cherry herself.
Listen, Maria, guys. Daai musiek het is snacks.
She is. But she used to write something. She said she used to be a writer for
She
some
writes, yeah.
comic stuff,
Is that
right?
so?
She writes
Yes.
novels.
She writes novels,
she
yeah.
writes-
And they were popular.
She writes
Wow.
steamy novels.
Yes.
She said that.
Yes.
She
Remember?
said
Yes,
that when
yes.
she was in the studio.
Yeah. And when I read her thing, I was like, it's for me, like, obviously as a creative, as a writer, I mean, I'm in the industry. When you read work, and for me, it's just very astonishing when somebody writes in the tone that they speak.
Yes.
So you read that story in their tone. I was reading it in a Top Cherry voice.
Yeah, it's like Top Cherry telling you the story
Top
for
Cherry
real.
telling
for
you
real.
the story, but there's
Yeah.
actually a skill to it. It's not an easy thing to do,
Yeah.
but for her, it's so natural.
Yeah.
And she, if her music career doesn't work out, she can definitely do something with the writing, comedy. Yeah.
Kotanande Ngilinganye. Right. Good morning, city police officers. You must stop treating street vendors like trash. We will pass on the message. All right.
That's a brief.
Who's this? Norsa Toivo. Good morning, crew. The question is posed to Neville. Can you please give us an update on the alleged 300 retrenchments looming at Trusco, with the obvious assumption that COVID-19 is the cause, and the share price that have slumped from 690 to 205? Trusco made exciting headlines with last year on their financial report indicating having a healthy balance sheet, even though it faced opposition from accounting gurus. What products are directly affected for management to take such a decision?
Wie is that?
Norsha Toivo Kapapilo.
Yeah, Norsa, as I said earlier, and I think the report that you did see in the Windhoek Observer, there is our position at this moment in time. It is a process. The economy is what it is. There are obviously a few other of your questions that we can obviously answer in due course. Well, it's not just straightforward because there are a few things that needs to be addressed.
Like if you're asking I mean, to a certain extent, all the products have been affected.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. So, and obviously it's a conversation for a whole show because every answer you give, there's another question. There's another question. But like, I mean, Trustco is not immune to the economic downturn at this moment in time.
Yeah.
The global economic conditions that we're all facing at this moment in time. So, and we are in the business of creating wealth for people out there.
Yeah.
And that is all that we want to do. At this moment, we're taking measures at the moment to protect not just the company's interests. It's not just that we are trying to protect a certain interest of
The company.
certain people, but we're really trying our utmost best to buffer the economic situation that we're going through at the moment.
And protect our shareholders.
Yes, and
Who
protect the
a
shareholders.
lot of them are our employees
Yeah.
as well. Israel Tate Makamba, watching from Ongulumbashe.
August 26.
Yeah. Mr. Big Ben also joined the show. Apis Absalom. Actually, they released a memo there in a short break, 21 August and resuming 29 August.
No.
There is a short break.
Oh, school or what?
I guess so. So for a week, I think.
What dates are those?
21 August and starting 29 August.
I don't think so, huh? That was before they announced this calendar, but will they really allow kids to take that have kind of been on holiday for 3
Yes.
months?
Yeah.
Go on holiday again.
Again, I doubt it.
No, but like I don't.
I think they'll have midterm breaks though.
I don't think they're doing it for the students necessarily, but maybe for the teachers to take a little break for a week.
The teachers have been on a break. Let's be clear.
It's lang.
It's bad, like even they.
No, but they are most working online.
Those that have no, I really don't. Even in terms of the teachers, they've been over 2 months now.
Yeah.
Private schools might take midterm breaks because those ones that might have, but then they also work out their own schedule in terms of midterm breaks, and opening and closing of schools. Like they can close few days earlier as well. I actually foresee us closing. When I say us, simple closing a bit sooner because we have been busy with online, so it's. We don't have too much catching up to do.
Okay, Fred Bass, what is your stand on the opening of schools in France? 70 learners already tested positive in a week after schools opened. I think we have been addressing that. But the J van Wyk, môre op hierdie koue oggend. Ja, is nog als 'n bietjie koud vanoggend. Apis Absalom Philippus, because that specific company is quarantining the drivers in their trucks. Who does that to humankind?
Which company is that?
I don't know which was quarantining people in their trucks.
But they do offer them a facility.
Yeah.
But these guys do sleep in their trucks when they're
I was
driving.
about to say maybe the sleeping in their trucks might have been their choice because they've got
those
banking beds at the back. But quarantine facilities are offered actually.
Yeah.
For truck drivers.
Yes,
I don't know if you've seen this video of this truck driver. He's got a GoPro in his truck.
Yeah.
You can see the truck driver
Falling asleep. I've
falling
seen it.
asleep.
I think I've seen this,
and as he loses control of the truck, I mean, it just goes haywire. En dan kom vlieg daar gotcha hier van die bankbed van agter. You can see this woman is naked. And she's just flying from the back. It's all in the GoPro.
I once took a ride in those trucks, by the way.
Maria.
No, not like that. Not like that. Actually, somebody I knew, he owns the trucks, but he also used to drive one of them, and I needed a ride that time from Windhoek to the north. And it was comfortable because I slept the whole time.
The bunk beds.
Yes,
it's comfortable.
It's so comfortable. I literally we got in Windhoek because we drove early. Like when I mean early, like 4 o'clock. You know, I was still ex-slaapjong, and I even set up a few times 8 and then went back to sleep. Lekker.
Maria, ek het ook 'n truck.
And you're right there above the engine, so you were yelling to vibrate most.
So rocking the cradle. You sleep more peacefully. Now I know why babies like that stuff.
Joshua Hadula, especially the tourism sector, lodges are permanently closing. Okay, I think the negative effects of COVID.
Sorry. Can we just stop there?
Poopylicious.
I would just like to state, Cubase, that you and me.
Shh, don't say it.
Oh, but they said it.
Wat het julle gemaak?
Courtesy of Gondwana Mos.
Don't say it.
Oh, that's alright.
Gondwana was here.
You are not here for me.
Yeah.
Imagine how you feel.
I even said when we were talking about it on air,
He's swallowing.
he said me and Cubase, and I said and Maria also. But I had your back at least.
Let me tell you what breaks my heart.
He's lying.
That I am. Ek is net aside ding op hierdie show. En ek moet gaan. Why do I? Nee, is mos jealous a show. Yeah, ne?
Maria.
Is mos jealous a show.
Maria.
Guys,
if the
please.
I
people
must
greet
just
you,
a loose thing.
the people greet you before they greet us.
Yes. So
No.
You're the main attraction.
Okay. For those that are confused, what's going on? You remember Gondwana was here in this studio.
Guys, why are you doing this stuff?
Wag.
It's
I-
not me.
No, you are the one who brought it
Yes.
up. Me, I had other plans
So
for that
there
thing,
were
and my
two
wife
guests.
is watching.
There were 2 guests, and we only have 4 mics. So I was courteous enough to say, you know what? I will give up my seat, like Neville did I didn't even go stand in the corner. I gave up my seat and left the studio
Yeah.
so that you can interview 2
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
from Gondwana. Yesterday they got gift vouchers. I don't even know. Het julle gaan declare by HR? Ek gaan klaar julle.
Huh?
Het julle gaan declare?
Ons het gedeclare. Ons het gedeclare.
HR policy says you must declare.
Hallo, my naam is op die voucher geschreven. What are they going to do with it? Send somebody else with my name in my place?
You just have to go declare that because you had a studio. Anyway,
Yes,
so
yeah.
these guys get 2 nights anyway.
Guys, why are you doing this stuff?
And I didn't, ek het nie gekry nie.
Hoekom
Maar
maak
hulle
julle
het gesê
so?
hulle sal 'n plan maak, maar I'm
Maar-
still broken.
Nee, maar Maria, you can come with either one of us.
Nee, is nie reg.
Ek heb vir Maria die plan gegee, but now my wife is listening and now she knows there's a gift voucher. So die plan is ook out of the
But why should
window.
it be a secret?
Hallo, these things are always done in
Maria,
clandestine
I
circumstances.
haven't showed my wife the voucher yet.
Yes. And Neville's wife definitely
Ek
doesn't
sê
watch
net.
this show.
Those things is 2 people sharing.
Yes.
I don't want to share a room with any of you. Ek soek my eie kamer, want
No.
ek wil ook mee goed bring.
You wouldn't be sharing with me. I would be sharing with you. You see the other way around.
Ek wil ook
Kom,
mee goed bring.
Ek wil ook my goed bring.
Shucks. Shucks, hoor jy daar?
Ja! Shucks! Luister, on condition. Shucks,
No, please. Shucks is a tent. Shucks is a light. Oh, up, man.
ek praat nie met jou nie. Okay, I'm talking to our viewers. Shucks, as a brand, I will speak to Gondwana today. Dis klaar.
Oh.
Dis klaar.
Kom ek lees net comments asseblief. Yeah, Publish saying watching with you. Paul Denny, Cubase, do we really have the capacity or expertise to investigate online gambling in Namibia? I think Amusha's case was done out of jealousy and to intimidate the dude, I think, or the do I don't know what a dua is.
The dude.
Yeah, all toppies are jealous of the boy because he achieved much more better what they couldn't achieve when they were young. Still, they are failing to get an evidence.
Yo,
Okay, but
You know, I will say
online
that.
online gambling in what sense though? I don't get
I
it.
don't know if he's talking about the what is that? What does Amushalelo do again?
Forex,
Forex. I don't know if he's talking about forex.
but that's not gambling.
It's not gambling. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what he's talking about online gambling, but I'm assuming he's talking about forex. If he's talking about Michael,
Yeah,
I mean, jealous element probably. I don't know, but I mean, it's still my feeling, and I've said it is. He shouldn't have gone into politics now.
Michael, ne?
Michael, I think politics requires a thicker skin,
And more money, much more
and
money.
especially when you're in business and then you are opposition.
Yes.
I mean, we know how things work. Maybe if he was in the ruling might have been less of a problem, but to be like opposition and then be as vocal as you are. I mean, even the Colin Venanis of this world.
Yeah.
His brother is PDM, but you don't see him wearing PDM colors. Is that Biswapo?
Because the business is there.
Yeah.
But it's actually a sad state of affairs. It
is a sad state, but that's Africa for you. That's
yeah.
politics for you.
That is the African democracy. Estomi Schmester, as far as our capacity or expertise to investigate even things that happen online, I think we are doing pretty okay, especially since we are linked to other international agencies. I mean, recently we caught the pedophile who was busy selling pornographic material, child pornographic material, online on the dark web. So
after
I think
years,
yeah, but we still got him. Let's give credit where it's due, man. Estomi Schmestad, baby steps, opening schools prohibited. You guys can forget that will longer. Hage is on the roll. When you are talking about people escaping quarantine, I don't think there's enough testing there.
Estomi, yeah, she has a Norwegian surname. This is a hero chick from Namibia.
Where did the Estomish then come from?
No,
that is a hero now.
It's German name.
Yeah.
German hero name.
You'll
Is
find
it a name or a surname?
No, Estomish is a name.
Oh.
Simestad is a surname. Estomish, what's your maiden name or your surname?
Is that your real
she
surname
married?
right now, or is it one of those
Is she married?
Facebook names?
No, is she married? You must ask him for a maid. Is she married?
I mean, she's Namibian.
Okay,
she's
but-
black.
Okay.
Hello, on Facebook my name says Q-based Namibia. How did I get the surname Namibia?
I mean, there are people
Yeah.
they say, "Call me like your what Shandu." It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. You're not required to show your ID.
Yeah. Oh, Landoleni.
Estomish, are you married?
Yes,
I'm
you want to know.
I'm asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend.
Landoleni Amutenya, someone said teachers must take their kids back. Parents are tired. Jokes aside, I hope schools will have strict hygiene measures in place. And I've also noticed there's a lot of talk where people are basically saying that putting the onus on the parents. The parents should be doing more. The parents should be doing this and doing that. But you do not understand. Most of the parents do not have the capacity to even do some. By the way, me, I did not go to Windu College of Education. Do you understand? There are people who went to Windu College of Education and who know how to do that job. So
So when you never mind. Continue. I'll say it afterwards.
You won't get a chance.
No, it's just when you spoke about maybe the pedophile being caught, whatever, and it triggered something because in the ministry, UNICEF Namibia and the Ministry of Gender released statements regarding that case yesterday, and I think the minister Doreen Sioka said something very interesting. She said during this time where kids are spending a lot of time and their activities like online activities, especially with online learning. And I even realized it with my kids where I've become a little bit complacent. They're supposed to do online school, whatever, but afterwards then they're in chat rooms because they're on Google Chat. They're which is fine
Friends,
because it's their classmates that they're chatting to. But what if
these things
like
can
what
get
if
hacked.
their email their email ends up on the website and somebody just and my son for whatever reason is already very secretive, like even when he would be chatting and I come in he just closes the tab
It's like, "Oop,
and then I'll be like, why? And I go check and it's nothing for him to hide.
it's my business
It's just my business.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
But I'm like looking at him, I'm like, you're not even doing anything
that you should be
that you
hiding."
should be hiding. But
Yeah.
it's just he just is at that age where he wants to keep things away from me and stuff like that. So the minister has said like this is the time like a lot of kids are vulnerable to online pedophiles and whatever because there's a grooming process, gain their
Yes.
trust and the kids before they know it, they're not. So as invasive as it is, if you have young children, especially that are using computers a lot and whatever, it's okay. Like I know it's invasive, but you do go check the history. Do go check the history.
Yes.
Do go make sure. Just check to make sure that that they're not being lured into things, because kids still need to be protected, and
Yes.
like I said, as invasive as it seems.
They're
we still need-
impressionable.
yes, very impressionable, and we still do need to protect them. So don't become complacent in that, and just make it a point on one day. Like, it's a long weekend coming up now. Can check a Biki, what has your child been doing online?
Yeah.
And put an end to anything that is unbecoming.
Okay. More comments?
I got a question to ask.
I don't have an answer for you.
Whatever it is.
I don't know if you guys have seen the report that was issued by the Ministry of Health and Social Services yesterday, that the country has run out of
Contraceptive.
contraceptives.
Yes, it's the ghetto.
Come
So-
on, ghetto.
The country
Explain that comment, Maria. What do you mean the ghetto?
Don't you know that word? The ghetto is like, oh,
The country has run out of contraceptives. So, ek sê net Maria. Ek weet nie hoe gaan jy nou maak nie. Verstaan jy? So,
but when we're asking
Apparently-
for abortion, it's another story.
ja, ons moenie julle wat wil pot, nee. Daar word nie meer gepot nie, is klaar.
But they are condoms, guys.
Ja, condoms, I don't know if condoms are the safest thing under the yeah,
It's safer than the pill.
Yeah,
no, it's
it's
Because
safer.
it saves you from STD and pregnancy.
Yes.
Whereas in the pill is just
You're right.
pregnancy. Yeah.
maar condoms moet statig.
No,
What are you
then you're
talking about?
using it wrong.
Those
He's just used to not using because it's musakhatroda man.
Yeah.
So
apparently these smile condoms are just as bad as unprotected sex.
That's not true, guys. Stop
How
giving
do
it
you
a
know?
bad name. Ek het al grondpad gery met die smile condoms. En ek het nie een keer 'n paptyer gekry nie. So just stop. If you are using it wrong, yeah.
spreading fake news.
Yes, please.
I spoke to the young guys here in the building.
The young guys are using it wrong. Come, I will come teach you how to use a bloody condom properly. Jesus.
But in any event,
Yeah.
the
That's
country
situation.
should not be running out of contraceptives.
Yes.
And when we talk about, we're obviously not talking about condoms.
Yeah.
We're talking about the pill.
Yes.
Talking about the patch.
The
Yeah.
We're
injections and
talking
stuff like that.
yeah, for
Okay.
women that women take.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like it's only the pill that they
Yes,
ran out of.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, based on the article I saw, it seems to be the pill,
Which is the one that
which
most
is-
of the young ones are
which
on.
is the apart from condom use,
Yes.
it is the more common form of contraceptive
Yeah.
for women.
Yeah.
I myself don't use. I used to, but you know, when you're not having sex, you don't have to.
Kom maar vir Maria.
When you're not having
This
sexual
is
activity.
diplomatic now.
When you're not having sexual activity. Anyway, no, that's not the point.
Okay, you just let yourself open for follow-up questions.
No. Anyway, what I'm saying, no, let me get back to
Kyk hierheen.
No, he's not. You are trying to make it an issue.
Ah.
Look at him pointing at you.
Kyk Cupid's. Look at Cupid's face.
Just lost me. Maria, finish your story, mate. Your story is very interesting.
But yes, it should not be happening. We
Yeah.
know abortion is illegal in this country.
Yeah.
We know men don't take care of their kids. Like maintenance costs are like constantly impact.
Yeah.
So the one way in which women should be protecting themselves, that option is currently not there because of we have cigarettes and we don't have contraceptive. Make me understand.
The British American tobacco, I think they dumped enough stock here before the lockdown. So, Maria, I'm just asking now, if I'm having a relationship, fling with you, you fall pregnant,
I'll never fall pregnant with a fling.
I role play here.
Don't role play. Give me something that I can imagine. I will not fall pregnant with
Okay.
a fling.
Okay, we are
I'm not
dating.
talking to
We
you.
are dating seriously,
Okay.
and you fall pregnant.
No, we must be married.
Okay, if there's a woman out there who can role play with me here, I'm having a relationship with you, okay, a fling with you. You fall pregnant. You tell me that you're pregnant. I'm like, but listen, you know what? This thing is not going ahead. We can't have this, okay? So what do we do? There's an option of an abortion, or you can keep the baby. But since as a man, I have most no rights to your body. So if you do decide to keep the baby, you decide to keep the baby.
But it's still your baby, Mos.
Why must I pay?
Because it's still your baby.
The DNA.
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, and we were having this discussion
We're
the
having
other
this
day.
discussion. We actually wanted to have
We actually
like
wanted
a
to
whole
have it on every
full-on
sometime, yes.
conversation, yeah.
But so we were debating. Obviously, I advocate for
women's rights. and that,
women to be allowed to access like safe abortion, meaning
Yeah.
legalize abortion. For me, I feel it's a responsible thing to do. Looking at our baby dumping stats, looking at unwanted babies, looking at backdoor abortions that are unsafe for women. I think it's a responsible thing to do. But while we were arguing this online, some guy, he's a contrarian, so he was arguing the opposite, says to me, well, if you guys are pro-abortion, right, then if you can opt out of having a baby or opt to have a baby once you fall pregnant, then a man should also be able to opt out of his responsibility
for fatherhood.
for fatherhood in the event that he expresses that he doesn't want to be a father, and a woman goes forward and has that child. He's talking obviously in the case of where abortion is allowed in a country.
Yes.
So he's saying a woman, it's your body, so you can say, if I fall pregnant with you and you want to keep the baby, as a woman,
You can still
I
decide,
can
no, I
still
don't
overrule
want.
you because it's my body.
Yeah.
So you will graag die kind hê. But I say and you're like, look, I'm 45. I don't have a child. This is might be my only opportunity to have a child. Please. You don't even just give birth to it.
I'll take it.
I'll take it from you. I will raise it. Single dad. You don't even have to be involved. Just please have the baby. And I say, yes, my body. I don't want to go through 9 months
I
of
don't want to be
carrying a baby
a
and whatever,
parasite
and
for 9
that
months.
I don't want. And what if that child wants to find me some years later,
Yeah.
and I just don't want to be a mother? And I abort, right? Because abortion is allowed.
surrogate mother.
No, but
No,
she's
I'm
already pregnant.
Oh, yes, like it.
I'm already pregnant. Now
Yeah.
abortion is allowed. Now, I want you to imagine a society where abortion is allowed. So I fall pregnant, you want to keep the baby, I decide I want to abort. But because it's my body and it's abortion is about body autonomy. So I then decide to
Maria
opt out.
woorde geleer hierso met hierdie Me Too movement goed.
Yeah, these are old words.
Nee,
Yeah.
ons ken nie hierdie goed nie. What was it what you said?
Body autonomy, meaning
Bo-
choice.
Body autonomy.
Yes.
Mkurwaji.
It just means you have
Choice over your body.
cho-
What happens
choice
to your
over
body?
Your body.
Oh, yeah, autonomy, yeah.
autonomy, yes. So I'd opt to have an abortion. So you don't get this opportunity to be a father.
Nonsense.
Yes. Now the guy's arguing. Then the opposite should also be true. If I fall pregnant and Jay say for me, well, I don't want to be
Take
a father.
care of it.
I don't want to be a father. Please go sort this.
Yeah.
Go do what you need to do, but I don't want that responsibility. First of all, I don't want to pay for this child. Second, I don't want to give the emotional labor. I don't want to invest. I have other things going on. This was not my plan. In the event that I then still proceed
And keep the
through
baby.
with the pregnancy, because again, bodily autonomy, it's my choice to go forward with it.
Yeah.
He's arguing that then you should be also able to opt out and say, hello, I already told you I didn't want this baby.
Yeah.
So why should I pay? Why should I be forced
Yeah.
pay maintenance and care for this child that I told you from the onset I do not want? So it's just saying that there should be an equal.
Yeah.
So what is your guys' feeling on that?
You, Maria. Yeah. I've imagined this. Okay. And one thing that I've tried to guard myself from my whole life through is I don't want to have any child with any woman that I probably don't see myself with,
Yes.
Right now,
on the long
anybody
run.
other than
Then
your wife.
don't sleep with her.
No, maar is nga goede.
No, denk na goed, kan vir jou 'n kind gee.
Ek verstaan.
Ja.
Okay, and yes,
has happened, yes.
my firstborn was from a previous relationship.
Yes.
Of course, it didn't work out between
Mine too.
me and the mother. But I love my son dearly, and he's been staying with me for the longest time. So, but kom ek sê one night stand, ek kry 'n gotjatjie hierso by Ferros. I am stupidly drunk this one night. I forget that HIV still exists, and ek gaan cheese kop, unprotected sex. This woman falls pregnant. I thank God up till now at my age something like that hasn't happened. But it's very difficult for me to put myself in a position like that.
In the scenario, Namaria, I do understand the guy's point of view as well. I think I mean, it's kind of fair, right? If you can decide over whether you want to keep the child or not, I mean, I understand you have the right ultimately to make the final decision because it is your body.
Yes.
But then if you can decide to take away the child from me, even though I want to keep it, then if I don't want, I should also have the option to opt out. I think when we're having the conversation, there was talk of a consent form. Every child must be born with a consent form from both mother and father to say, we want this baby.
Yeah, like for example, he's arguing, for example, you go for your first checkup.
Yeah.
It has to be like, has the father agreed to
Yes.
with this baby? And if he hasn't, then you must make peace with. You can't then take him to a maintenance court
Yeah.
afterwards. And yes, even though it's a ballad, this is still an unequal society.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello.
No, if this society was on equal footing, it's something I would definitely say yes. It's fair to consider both sides. But in an unequal society where women do bear the brunt of all this, whether it is because you need to remember, for example, just because I advocate for abortion doesn't mean it's an option for me.
Yes.
You understand? It's not something I would want to do for myself. But I advocate it for people. It should be a choice, though, for people that need that choice. But there are a lot of women, based on if it's just principles or if it's just their own belief system, whatever, that might not want a child but will go through with a pregnancy in the event of falling pregnant because abortion is just not something they can go through. And just by the way, when we say abortion, it's also like a psychological
thing, yes.
effect. You know, some people can abort like a snuxney, but for some people it takes
a while
a mental toll on them.
Like I remember, towards the end of stage one of our state of emergency, the one morning I'm sitting in a cab with she's a nurse basically at Karatura Hospital. We're dropping her off. Now I found the conversation already going on between her and the taxi driver when I got in, and she was talking about the sheer number of people who are rocking up at the hospital seeking abortions or having performed illegal abortions and needing treatment as young as 16 years old, guys.
And right now it's like, it's unfortunate, like the wealthier families, they take their kids to Cape Town. Vlieg, she's zwanger.
Sy wie is zwanger gemaak? Never beson. Nee,
on a plane, Cape Town. Done. You understand? So it still discriminates against the poor. But what I'm saying is, that suggestion in an equal society, it's perfect. It's true. Men, if we can opt.
But we're equal. Look at in what Amber say.
Zebra stripe.
What? No. What is the other thing, man? That was in the news the other day with a lot of ladies being hired. What is procurement board? Yeah, so we are even.
So.
Imagine using procurement board as the example
that is our benchmark. Women have made it in life. So we don't want to hear any of this uneven stuff anymore.
So guys, now you as a man, you've waived your rights not to be part of this
child.
baby.
You also aborted in a way.
You basically aborted. You just abort this baby. This child becomes a man, and this child becomes one of the most successful men or women worldwide.
You guys rock up at graduations.
By the age of 19, this child is an established global footballer, actor, businessman, whatever. Now you as the mother, sorry, can't talk to Maria. Maria doesn't like these scenarios, most. Yeah.
Somebody was saying apparently Maria cannot picture the scenario if you give it to her. Only if she gives it herself, then she can picture herself falling pregnant. If it's
You know me
it just
too well.
it feels like you are forcing it.
Yeah,
on me.
you're forcing. Don't force
Yeah,
things on me.
I'm not forcing. Maria, I will not force myself. I want to, but I will not. Okay. So, and to be honest, guys, this is the scenario that a lot of, or regrets that a lot of men live with at the end of the day.
Yeah.
When these children become so successful out there,
So the regret is that they were not there for the success.
that they were not there
Come on,
for the success.
and not that they didn't
Exactly.
connect with that.
No,
child.
it's the regret is that you can't benefit from the
You can't
success.
benefit.
because
That's what
you're
I'm
not
saying.
there.
It's so
Yes.
self-serving.
You can't benefit. So, and this has been happening for generations.
But
and
what if
generations
what
to
if that
come.
child becomes nothing?
Exactly. Dan worry hulle nie.
You know,
Sondro.
you know what did they say? The reason why most guys don't want to even suggest abortion, they wait for you to sort of bring it up so we can
So
agree.
you can't say you didn't even want this
Kama,
child.
if you agree, she will keep the baby and then she will tell the baby, your father wanted to kill you. He didn't even want you to be born. Hey, you work
But
hard.
you know, it's so. I was having a friend. I actually have a friend. He grew up with a single mom. His dad just disappeared, and I asked him like, has he ever wondered like to go search for his dad? And he was just like, no. And what I find is generally there isn't really a desire for men to find their absent fathers. It's more the girls. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
it's usually the girls that will go out in search of. They just want to know who their father is or was.
Yeah.
Men, I think if you've grown up with a single mom and your dad's just not featuring anywhere, you just make peace with it. It's like, in fact, you become so.
But at some point, you kind of want to know who he was, even if you don't really want to meet him.
Yeah.
It's like
You're just curious,
Yeah,
like, what type of-
it's a part of me. I mean, there are part of things about me that I understand because I can clearly see that they come from the influences of my mom and the other people that
Yeah,
were
I
there.
guess this guy was just like he's never wanted to know.
Now imagine there are things where you are. As you're growing up, you are constantly being told, "Yeah, Regis Netsos your pa," and you
Like
don't
this
even know
was-
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, I think that would make you more curious. But yeah.
But we were talking about contraceptives, guys. How did we end up in?
No.
Abortion and
Value
men
chain.
opting out of.
Yeah,
of
you know what, I want to go back to contraceptives, right? Because like I was saying, my wife has this, I don't know what they call it, this thing that they implant in the arm.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I heard about that.
Now she got that like a couple of years ago. It has an expiry date.
Yes.
So sometime now in the
5
next,
years.
And you can do it secretly because you can just put it here.
Yeah.
Your
5
husband
years.
doesn't have to know.
in the next couple of days, hers has to come out.
Yeah.
So the other day we were at the doctor. We took our daughter, and then she asked the doctor, "No, doctor, I have to come remove
Yeah.
it." And then the doctor is asking, "No, we have newer versions. What do you still?" And she's like, "No, I want to give my body a breather for a while."
Yeah.
We mentioned at some point that there are also contraceptives from men.
Yes.
At that point, I stood up and I walked out. I didn't hear the rest of the
Yeah.
conversation.
I hate when men do that.
My egg will for never frano.
Exalni.
Who come in?
Exalni.
No,
What if something goes wrong?
And it is just like you find women. Like I was on contraceptives straight for 5 years.
Yeah.
And after 5 years, they do tell you, so take at least a 2-year break
Ne?
to just give your body a breather, so that if you want to conceive again, you're not gonna completely struggle because your body
as you've
in-
been
of
contraceptive.
So the body does need a break from contraceptive. But if during that time, and I was in a serious relationship, you then say, okay, definitely don't wanna fall pregnant again.
Yeah.
I just want to give my body a
A
breather,
rest,
so
yeah.
I cannot take contraceptive.
Why don't you?
Can we discuss for these 2 years options for you? Excel withdraw. I'm like, that is not contraceptive.
My pull-out game is strong. I don't play.
Guys, pull out is not a contraceptive. Okay?
Cheese stout, nibble, bastard. Oh man. So you wouldn't even consider it.
So Neville, what do you do? Okay, your wife needs
Needs a
to
break.
take a break. She's just asking for 2 years.
Okay.
It's either that
No,
or
you
risk
guys have
bringing
5
another
kids
baby
now.
into
you
the
know
house.
what I mean? Just
Yeah.
kids are just not an option right now.
Yeah.
And so then you say, okay, let's go to our doctor and let's find condoms at this point are also not an option. I mean, you know what I mean? If
we've been together for a while,
yeah,
right?
you never reintroduce the condom. Let's just forget
Yeah.
that. So condoms are not an option.
I thank you.
Yes. But there are other methods. You could temporary tie your tubes.
Visa tubes word katay.
Temporary. It's reversible. There's a procedure that is reversible. You know? Why wouldn't, and this is why I have, essentially guys, this is why I have a problem with you guys. Yeah? Men, I'm generalizing. It's like, why wouldn't you want to take that burden off your wife for those 2 years, and then you do what is required so that she can take you don't understand, this is biology, a break that's much needed.
I understand.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you guys be open to that? Because you're saying you walked out, so you're not even open to it.
I'm going to sue a doctor.
I think it was too soon for us to have that discussion. Maybe she should take it out and for a while keep me, on the couch, because I know, and then I start thinking about, okay, maybe that is the only solution here. Because right now, I don't think that is the only solution. I think there are other options.
Maria, for me, as long as the doctor signs a little disclaimer there
that says you will be fine,
that I will be fine. And when I say fine, I mean the worst thing that you can take my money away. Maria, as a man,
just don't want to become impotent.
I don't want to become impotent. I want to have a normal erection as any man. Okay, if I have guarantees that it won't affect that,
but
then I might consider.
What medical procedure gives you 100% guarantees? Name one.
No, but
not even a flu shot gives you 100% guarantee.
Unfortunately, that is usually the fear that holds men back. Oh, what if I become impotent or what?
Yeah.
But it's not. There are really a lot of contraceptive methods available to men now. That just not was a Easter. That
Maria, jy sal my los. You will lie to me for 3 months. No, baby, don't worry about it. It's fine. You can't. No, it's fine. I love you. Nonsense.
Then she starts spending a lot of time by the pool.
Okay, but the question is,
looking at the pool.
The question is, would you be open to hearing the option so that you can take that burden off your wife?
Look,
all right.
I also think ultimately I wouldn't mind, but I need a lot more information just for my own personal peace of mind.
And convince you.
Yes, just for me to just center myself as like, okay, Q, this is happening now. Yes. They're not cutting off your staff.
Yeah.
Your staff will still be working. Just it's a difficult situation.
I will never forget, Maria. It was in 2004. I had to go for a procedure because I had a big lump on my right testicle.
Too much detail?
No. Come on, it's medical. It's medical. So I had this lump and I was just scared to go to the doctor. And, because
so the one was just bigger than the other?
Bigger than the other one. And I couldn't, and up to a point where I couldn't walk anymore. It was just painful. I was scared that it could be cancerous. So and for that reason I didn't want to go. So out of pain I had to go. And it was a female urologist waiting for me. Dr. Stellemacher. She's a tough doctor. She looks at me like, I'm like, hey!
I mean, if you see balls every day, you'll be tough.
She's like, hey, asseblief, le.
It's next.
Ek sien hierdie balletjies elke dag. So please, just lie there.
Yeah. It's like a gynecologist. It's work.
Mine told me I've got a beautiful vagina. I had to change it.
You had to change your vagina, you have to change the doctor.
The doctor.
Oh.
Because you're sexualizing my vagina.
Oh, okay.
I'm done with this conversation.
Hold on.
Ek is klaar met julle. Ek wil gaan.
Apis Absalom says, I decided against my wife taking contraceptives because she fell pregnant with our last born while having the loop. So I decided to do the vasectomy.
Yeah.
But with the vasectomy, it's all good. I'm going into my 5th year now. I'm still coming with a smile.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that information. It's very important for other men to know. It doesn't affect your performance.
Yes. He says, I cut my tubes. I can't have kids anymore.
What is your story? Huh?
He's talking about your balls.
Teresa and Daddy saying 2 years on the couch, Cubase. You are like, no, not the whole 2 years. Come on. Just a little, a young month to put pressure on the boy to go to the doctor, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, how long you gonna lie on the couch?
Maar moenie aan vir my aanraak nie. Jy ken I don't have contraceptive.
Go to the doctor if you want to come here. Know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, I think it is time for us to go for real because the back room stuff is starting to go on.
But
now.
you didn't finish your story, so you had your balls cut off. Just quickly wrap up.
No, they basically what they did is
Graced it.
then it was a cyst that was on my testicle. So they basically just cut that out, and so it wasn't cancerous.
So you still have two
Yeah.
balls.
So did they call it a
Yeah, Maria, I still
No, just checking.
I got my two
No
balls.
judgment.
Did they call it a cystical?
Yeah.
On that note,
Wacht eens gauw. It's a holiday tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow is
Okay.
Ascension Day.
It's Ascension Day tomorrow. Okay.
What is Ascension Day, guys? First, just explain.
Hemelvaartdag.
hallelujah. It's a but please
Jesus left.
don't ever forget
That's
we
it.
are a secular state.
Yeah.
But we are celebrating Christian holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jella, who are not Christians, can you just come to work tomorrow?
I'm a Christian.
We are celebrating Ascension Day tomorrow.
Yeah, but it will be, I'll be in the studio with Kaufman tomorrow.
With Herr Kaufman.
Jay, you and me, we are not here until when?
Ek dink ek is Vrydag hierso. Amai.
Vrydag hierso.
Hey, as ek taxi geld het, sal ek môre weer kom. As ek
Okay,
hier
then it might
het,
come to the studio with me, man. Let's have fun.
Kijk vir.
What is it doing?
He's doing this with you.
Oh, the essential.
So, yeah, so I will see you guys on Tuesday.
Oh, you're gone until Tuesday.
Ek cheap.
I hope you get your flu at the
Ek
coast.
Hi.
See you guys on Tuesday.
Why are you guys so scared of the flu all of a sudden?